I remember it now as one recalls a dream. My father, his big hands cupped around a burning match, lights a fire and carefully feeds small bits of bark and twig into a tiny flame. We fished the Potomac River earlier that day. I sat on the bow while Dad poled a heavy wooden scow slowly through the rock-strewn stretch of water. I trailed a worm-baited hook on the end of a long bamboo pole. I didn't catch any fish that day, but my father would pick up his bamboo fly rod now and then and make a long cast or two over the flat gray water. He kept only 2 smallmouth bass. He threaded them on a stringer, tied it to an oarlock, and let it hang over the side of the boat. I could look down in the clear water and see the bass trying to break free. How old was I then? 6, 7, perhaps 8, but surely no older, and with very little meat on my bones. My feet were cold, and the rain began to find its way through the tattered fabric of the old raincoat. My father took the fishing pole from my shaking hands, and then he pushed the heavy boat upriver toward the shore. We found shelter in the exposed roots of a fallen sycamore by the edge of the river, and my father started a fire. Small at first, it gained strength as he layered one stick after another in the heart of the flame. The wood was damp, and the fire hissed and cracked and cast out sparks. Thick smoke poured out, and I moved several times to escape it. "Smoke follows beauty," my father said, and we both laughed. Later, the fire burned brightly. I curled up in the roots of the old tree, and I was warm and discarded the raincoat. Half asleep, I watched my father staring into the flames. After a while, he sat back against the roots of the ancient sycamore, brought out a blackened pipe, filled it with tobacco, and lighted it with a burning stick fished from the fire. Then he began to talk about the river and the many forms of life that had depended on its constant flow since the beginning of time. Rivers, he told me, are living things, treasures to love and cherish, the very lifeblood of our earth. But like all living things, he said, they must be cared for and defended. Ben, the Potomac is our very own river, yours and mine. And someday, it will be yours to watch over and care for. The fire burned low, and my father covered it with damp earth. The rain stopped, and the slanting September sun glinted off the surface of my living river. Today, my heart beats with the rhythms of the many rivers of my life.